What's up, Reject Nation? Greg Alba here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Means a lot to have you here today. So, I actually have something very personal and very exciting to share with all of you today. If you've been following me on YouTube for a while now, it's pretty apparent my main passion, it's in movies. And you might have heard me say this before, but specifically, my main drive is actually in screenwriting. And now, I might just be able to turn that dream into a reality. See, when we started this channel, initially, it was meant to just be a stepping stone. I didn't think it would actually be a major part of my career pursuits. And of course, none of the success we've had would be possible without your support, which I'm forever grateful for because after several years, I still love making videos and the channel's not going away anytime soon. However, I never lost sight of my actual goal, which was to one day graduate from, just talking about movies and actually making movies. Now, how did I finally get to this point? A couple years ago, I became friends with Joel Harlow. He's an Academy Award winner, a key makeup and special effects artist who's worked on such films like the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy, Black Panther, the Star Trek films, Logan, a whole bunch of movies and shows. Too many to name right now, but for sure, you've seen his work. In fact, he was on this channel once before. The biggest accomplishment out of his whole career. He reached out to me about developing an idea of his and turning it into a feature film within the horror genre. And of course, I said, yes, I mean, why wouldn't I? He's the key makeup artist for I Love You, Philip Morris. Fortunately, the whole team behind it is cool with me talking about it right here on the channel. So I wanted to give you guys a first look at who's involved and what we've got cooking for a new horror anthology called Old Time Radio. I can't believe I'm finally talking about this. It's gonna have 3 full original stories as well as a wraparound tale that ties it together. The script's already been written, and if you guys want a taste for what we have in store, we just launched our official website called oldtimeradiohorror.net. There you'll find story details and concept art for our 3 sinister tales, some behind the scenes images and videos, as well as a proof of concept short film introducing you to the film's wraparound tale, the latter of which I highly encourage you to go check out. The movie was written by yours truly, my buddy Patrick Hogue, whose horror short film called So you might have seen on Crypt TV, and Joel Harlow himself. Producer Lloyd Levin is currently working with us, and I think I'm saying his name right. I really ought to know if I'm saying his name right. I should have fact-checked that. Levin. He's produced the Watchmen movie and series, the Hellboy franchise, and one of my all-time favorite movies, Boogie Nights. This film is like a spiritual sequel to Boogie Nights. It's not. Basically, with this movie, what we want to do is give a fresh spin on a horror anthology. Merge it with the atmospheric elements of a classic radio horror drama, while also delivering an original film with nuanced characters, and of course, keeping it scary. So if you want a glimpse into the morbidly nostalgic world that we've created, I put a link in the description box and pinned comment to the short film that's inspired by the wraparound tale. The story takes place on Halloween evening, where decrepit housemates Rick Kisgrim and Edward D. Mize engage in their annual tradition, feverishly awaiting a new trio of tales from their possessed Old Time Radio. So how it works in the movie, every time we drift into the glowing dial of the Crossley Cathedral radio, the voice of our host introduces another horror tale. Can you count how many times I've said horror in this video? Did you guys know it was a horror film? Oh yeah, I should have mentioned this earlier, but the segue is just too good of an opportunity to pass up. The host is being played by none other than Paul Giamatti. That is not dreamcasting, that is real. We told him it was sideways too. But back to the actual movie, Patrick, I call him Pat. Pat wrote the first anthology tale, Scarecrow. I wrote the other 2, which are titled Live Bait and Chicken Heart. Like I've mentioned, it's inspired by the vintage horror radio classics of yesteryear, but in all honesty, it serves as more than just a trip down nostalgia lane. Each story's focus on characters and plot are very different from one another. They each have its own unique tones, themes, and just overall flavor. Can't even say they're all the same kind of horror. You can go to the website to read through the plot and story details and check out some awesome concept art that we have, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I could spend all night telling you guys about all the details, but I'll end it with this. If you've made it this far, first off, thank you for listening. Everything I have talked about is all linked in the description box and pinned comment for you boys and girls for the Reject Nation to go ahead and check out. We've been working hard. You gotta walk hard. We've been working very hard and diligently, and I really can't wait for Old Time Radio to be brought to life and for you guys to be a part of the journey. All I really ask is that you cruise the site, and if you like what you see, leave a comment. Or if just hearing me talk about this is making you want to see this film, leave a comment here or on the short film. Engagement, algorithm, it all helps. Sincerely, I mean it. If it wasn't for all the support you've shown me over the years, I wouldn't have the confidence to go out and achieve the next steps and take some chances. So in all sincerity, I wouldn't be here talking about any of this if it wasn't for all of you. Thank you again, and go check out the goddamn website.